Hello, darling. I met a friend of yours yesterday.
Oh, aye. Which friend's that?
Miss Prentice from the Labour Exchange. She sends her love to you.
Yeah, knickers to her.
Oh, charming. Is our Ernest still in Clink, then?
Yes, and it's looking very much like Emily's there with him.
You mean you've still not heard out?
Not a dicky bird. My Auntie Annie's doing a nut. Ta.
Ta-da. Hey! If you know the right people, you can get it delivered.
Oh, well, the milkman left us a pint short again. Second time this week. The wife was livid.
Oh, well, never mind. It's a good excuse to nip down a corner shop, eh? And still get a good mark from the missus.
Aye. Well, I'd better get back with it.
Hey, did you say anything to Maggie?
What about?
About Jennifer Swan.
Oh, no, I didn't actually.
Well, somebody ought to warn her what sort of girl her son's getting involved with, and, like you said, she'd take more notice of you.
Yeah, well, she was only a kid when you knew her, eh? People change, you know.
Not this one. It's all there, mate, written in her face.
Anyway, the more I think about it, I don't think I should go butting in.
Listen, mate, if somebody's going to get bitten by a black widow spider, you don't stop to say, excuse me. You shove them out the road, quick. And you can take it from me. Jennifer Swan is just that.
Do you mind if I make a phone call? Only if I get the 2:30, Gordon will be able to meet me from work.
Oh, yeah. You're leaving so soon?
Well, I came up here to meet you. Now we've met.
Yes, of course. Well, it's been very nice having you, Jennifer. I hope we'll be seeing a lot more of each other once you and Gordon are married.
Frankly, Mrs. Clegg, I doubt very much whether you will.
Oh?
I'm sorry, but I'm not one to make polite noises. You'll be very welcome at our home, of course, but if you think we're going to come herring back up here every bank holiday, well, I'm afraid you're going to be disappointed.
I didn't mean that, Jennifer.
Oh? What did you mean, then? Will you be able to come down to London often?
Well, I'd like to, of course, but, well, running a shop like this...
Exactly. And my home's in London. Times change. People change. I'm a Londoner now, and Gordon is too. We might as well accept the fact.
Gordon, a Londoner? Yes, yes, I suppose he is. Don't you, ever see your family?
Only when I have to. Someone's ill, Christmas, sometimes. And it's a strain, believe me, like going back into prison.
I see. And you think Gordon feels like that about his home? Well, about, Coronation Street.
Well, he's never said anything, but then he never would. He's very loyal. But ask yourself, how many times did he come back here before he met me?
Not often, no, I must admit.
Well, there you are, then. Well, let's talk about something a little more cheerful, shall we? Like the wedding?
The wedding? You're getting married soon, then?
You don't object, do you?
Well, no, of course not. But, well, you're not officially engaged yet.
Oh, don't worry, we will be. And it won't be a long engagement. We both know our own minds. We've decided not to ask Gordon's father to the wedding. That'll be all right with you, I expect.
Well, I really don't know what to say, Jennifer. I suppose that's up to Gordon to decide.
Well, I think it's better if we don't. Nobody wants a painful confrontation, least of all at a wedding.
No need to ask whether you're getting married in London.
Kensington Registry Office.
Ready?
Well, I'm not religious, and let's just say I'd feel a hypocrite tripping down the aisle in white. We'll let you know the date as soon as possible. You will be able to get away, won't you, given enough notice?
I think I might just manage to escape for one day.
Good. Well, I better go and make that phone call. Morning, Emma.
Morning. She been getting up your nose, Maggie?
No, of course she hasn't.
I couldn't help overhearing some of it. I mean, the door was wide open. Do you know, if it had been me, I'd have clocked to one.
Oh, she's a bit brash, bit outspoken, but then most young people are now.
Young? Who are you kidding? She's 25 if she's a day.
For the last time, do you believe me or don't you?
Yes, I believe you. I've told you twice.
Well, for goodness sake, try and look as though you did.
This is my I believe you face. Look, what I don't understand is how Marion Mason over there knows all about Dennis Maxwell being in Solihull and you don't.
Marion Mason is the eyes and ears of that place. Any gossip that's going, she knows about it first. Don't ask me how, but she does.
I expect it's a gift.
It wouldn't surprise me if she didn't know about Maxwell's move before he knew himself. But I didn't.
You've convinced me. So now what?
You tell me.
Tell you what?
What do I tell Arthur Smith when he asks me about the job? Now, do I take it or don't I?
No, I might have told you yesterday, but I'm not going to tell you today.
Well,
now,
what-
don't ask me why. You know why.
Oh, yes, I'm sure that Senor Arabelle is frightfully busy, but if I could just speak to him for a moment. About Miss Nugent, yes. Well, you see, I've not heard anything, and I'm terribly disturbed. So if you would just tell Senor Arabelle that it's Mrs. Walker, I'm sure that he'd... Very well. Yes? No news at all? And that really is what Senor Arabelle said. Oh, dear. Well, thank you. If you do hear anything, you will let me know at once, won't you? Yes, thank you very much. Goodbye.
Auntie Annie?
Still can't tell me anything, Lucille.
Yes, I heard.
But Senor Arabelle, that's the consul, he's getting in touch with the embassy right away, and they may know something later.
Auntie Annie, there's this smashing coat in Morton's sale. It's at plum midi length with silver buttons all the way down the front.
Really, love? Oh, it's very nice of you to tell me about it. But at the moment, you know, if there's one thing I can't do, it's fight my way through a sale. I'm just not capable of it.
Oh, no, Auntie Annie, it's not a coat that'd suit you.
Oh, why you tell me about it then, love?
Well, it's the sort of coat I've been looking for months. Honest, I couldn't believe it when I saw it there in Morton's window.
I see.
It's only 10 quid.
And you want me to lend you the money?
Well, I pay back.
Yes, I'm quite sure you would, if I had any intention of giving it to you, but as I haven't, the question does not arise.
But Auntie Annie...
No, Lucille.
Well, I need a coat for winter, you know I do.
You also need food and shelter, which I am providing. I am certain not providing clothing into the bargain.
They've stopped me door.
Nobody knows that better than I do.
Well, what am I supposed to do for money, then?
Well, Lucille, as you seem totally incapable of finding a job that you don't consider beneath your dignity, seems to be only one source of income left open to you.
What's that?
The Ministry of Social Security.
You can't mean the assistants.
Yes, Lucille, that's exactly what I mean.
Well, you know what'd happen if I went there, don't you?
Well, they'd look into your means, obviously.
Well, they'd send a bloke round, to check if there was anything I could flog.
Yes, and he might decide that a record player and a transistor radio would furnish enough money to provide you with your winter clothing.
Auntie Annie, you can't want a man from the assistants coming here to the Rovers.
I can't say that the idea appeals to me very much, but if it awakens you to some sense of responsibility, then it's the price I'm prepared to pay. The one thing I am not prepared to do, Lucille, is to subsidise your fecklessness any further.
Forgot the fish fingers.
All right, there's no rush. Taking the rest of the day off anyway.
Oh, why today?
Because that's the mood I'm in. And if you're the boss, you can pick and choose, can't you?
Yeah, I suppose so.
Well, you better get cracking and decide, otherwise someone's going to decide for you.
Yes, I know that, Alan.
Well then.
Oh, Alan, it's not fair.
What's not fair?
Expecting me to decide on my own.
No, Elsie, I'm not going to interfere in your career.
My career, nothing. It's your career and our marriage. That's what matters.
What do you want me to do? Tell you to take the job? All right, take the job.
You know very well that's not what I want. I want us both to talk it over, to talk about things that matter to us both. Just for once, can we sit down and talk like sensible adults about things that affect us both very deeply?
All right, love, where do you want to start?
Well, we know what the salary is. And we know that even if you have to take a cut, the move can still be worthwhile financially.
Yes, I know you shouldn't turn down £1,800 a year without a very good reason, but then I've never said you should.
Without a very good reason. Which
Which
brings
is?
us to the real issue. Which is, we both have to ask ourselves whether I can work with Maxwell again.
Well, it seems to me to be a question only you can answer.
Oh, no, Alan, it's not as simple as that. I could tell you 100 times over that I can handle Maxwell and that there'd be no danger. But that's not what matters. What really matters is, do you believe me?
If you are sure, yes.
I'm sure, all right.
And there's no problem, is there?
You mean you do really trust me?
Yes, I really trust you. Elsie, if you don't believe that, then this adult relationship of ours isn't worth very much, is it?
I see. And you do want me to take the job?
Yes, love. I want you to take the job.
Oh, come on, kid, cheer up. Go on, eat your ham butty, it'll give you strength.
No, it's no use, Em. I just can't face the appetite.
Take more than Lady Muck to put me off my food.
Yeah, you won't be having her for a daughter-in-law.
Maggie, you know, was you thinking of going out tomorrow night by any chance?
No, why?
No, well, I was just thinking there's a new carry-on film on at the Isolde. Well, it might help you to take your mind off your troubles, eh?
No, I'm not in the mood for the pictures.
Oh, are you off then?
Yes. Well, goodbye, Irma. I hope we meet again soon.
Oh, yes, so do I.
So, you're off, Jennifer.
Yes, I am. Well, thank you very much for having me, Mrs. Clegg. I have enjoyed meeting you, really.
You'll have a nice journey. Give my love to Gordon.
I will. Goodbye.
Can I come in? Hey, Maggie, love. What's wrong?
Oh,
It's that one, isn't it?
yeah. I've been stupid. Getting myself into a state like this. If Gordon's made up his mind to marry her, then I've just got to make the best of it.
But you don't think she's right for him?
I can't understand how he ever took up with her. They've got nothing in common, absolutely nothing.
Well, if you ask me, it's a case of who took up with who.
What do you mean?
Well, from what I hear, once that young woman gets her hook into a fellow, he'd need to be a killer whale to shake it off again.
Somebody's been talking to you? About Jennifer?
Ray, he knew her when she was a little lass. They were at school together.
Yes, I know. What did he tell you?
Well, no more than you know already. That she's strong-minded, ambitious.
And utterly ruthless.
He wanted me to put you on your guard. I'm sorry I didn't.
Suppose I should feel flattered, really. You'd expect a girl like her to aim a bit higher than our Gordon. She must think he's got possibilities.
Well, he could go a long way with a force like her behind him. But would he be happy?
That's what matters, Alf. It's the only thing. I've got to do something. Gordon's not going to end up with a broken marriage, not if I can do anything to stop it.
Well, what can you do, Maggie?
Well, I can warn him, can't I?
Yes. But what if he resents it? You'd only make matters worse. You'd end up branded as the jealous mother, struggling for survival. She'd see to that.
Don't worry, Alf. Take more than Jennifer Swan to come between our Gordon and me. And once I've told him, warned him, he can do what he likes. But if I stay quiet, be on my conscience forevermore.
What are you going to say?
What I think about Jennifer, what Ray told you.
Well, do you want me to help?
No, Alf. Thanks for offering, but this is one job I've got to do for myself.
Do you think I'd get a transfer fee if I went to the Flying Horse?
What's up? Are you cheesed off or something?
This place is getting more like a funeral parlour every minute. Annie's convinced herself that them two in Spain are booked for the firing squad. Lucille's walking about like dip. Oh, Mrs. Walker, the consul office have been on. They want you to contact them straight away.
The telephoned when?
About 10 minutes ago.
Did they tell you anything? Did they say they'd heard anything about Emily?
No, they just want you to get in touch with them.
Very well. Thank you, Beck.
Where's she off to now?
She must be going round in person.
Yeah. Well, I better be off too.
Aren't you going to wait for Alan?
Nope. I've got to see a man about a job.
So as I promised, Mrs. Walker, I telephoned to your establishment immediately I had heard from our embassy in London.
You are most kind, Senor Arabelle.
I had hoped to give you pleasant news, but I fear that Senor Bishop has indeed fallen foul of a Spanish law.
You mean he's still in prison?
Alas, yes.
But what has he done?
That I cannot tell you.
You mean he's languishing in prison and you don't know why?
Well, so far the embassy has not got details of the charge.
And what about Emily, Miss Nugent?
About Miss Nugent there is some mystery. It has not been possible to trace her whereabouts. However, my dear Mrs. Walker, I beg that you should not distress yourself.
I'm terribly worried.
Yes, of course. So I shall speak directly to the prison of Santa Eulalia. Already I have booked a call. In a short time we shall know everything.
Well, what brings you back at this time of the afternoon?
Just thought I'd bring you the news.
You tell Mr. Smith?
Yeah.
Is he pleased?
No,
Why not?
I'm not going to take the job.
What?
I'm not going to Solihull.
You're not going to Solihull?
No.
You spent the whole of last week persuading me to go, and now you've changed your mind?
Yes.
Why?
Sit down, Alan, and I'll try and explain.
Well, you better.
When you were so against me going to Solihull, I thought it was for one reason. That was because you couldn't trust me with Dennis Maxwell. That was the reason, wasn't it?
No, it was because I didn't trust Maxwell.
Well, it all amounts to the same thing, doesn't it?
Yes, I suppose so.
Well, you see why I had to persuade you.
But you did persuade me. We agreed you should take this job that you want so much.
I did want the job, Alan.
And why have you turned it down?
Well, actually, because of Dennis Maxwell.
You mean...
That I couldn't trust myself with Dennis Maxwell. Oh, no, I told you I could handle Maxwell, and I meant it.
Well, then.
This job was a challenge. It was exciting. I was thrilled to be offered it. But when I found out that Maxwell was behind it, all the shine seemed to go off it. You see, I would have never have known if it was on merit alone or because Maxwell wanted me there.
I see.
If I get on at Mark Britton, it'll be because I've proved my worth, not because somebody higher up the ladder fancies me. I messed you about a bit, haven't I, Alan? But then again, I always had the feeling that you never really wanted to go to Solihull.
No, I didn't want to go to Solihull, not really.
Well, there you are, then. I knew you were just doing it for me. Now you don't have to go.
I think this calls for some kind of celebration.
Oh, celebration? Celebration of what?
Celebrating the fact that you're not going to get this marvelous new job in Solihull.
Darling.
¿Hello? Oiga. Sí, gracias. El señor gobernador. Buenas tardes, señor. Le llama Juan Arrabal, cónsul español. Le llamo para que me dé informes sobre el señor Ernest Bishop. Sí, sobre las circunstancias del arresto. Oh. Ya, ya. ¿Ha sido fijado la fecha del juicio? ¿Qué? ¿Otro arresto? ¿Pero quién? Ah, la señorita Karen Spencer. Claro, por eso hay ese retraso. No, solo una pregunta más. ¿Dónde se encuentra la señorita Emily Nugent? Nugent. 3 mujeres, dice usted. Todas a verle. Pero la señorita Nugent, desde ayer que no la he visto. Claro, entendido. Gracias, señor gobernador. Muchísimas gracias por su ayuda, ¿eh? Adiós. You understood?
Well, not quite all of it. You did speak quite rapidly.
Well, the situation regarding Senor Bishop seems to be a little complicated.
Complicated? How?
Well, it seems that he has been having 3 lady visitors.
3? 3 women visiting Ernest?
Regularly, one after the other. And I have to tell that one of these 3 has herself been arrested.
Oh, good heavens, not Emily.
No, Senorita Karen Spencer.
But why?
As you realize, Mrs. Walker, Spanish law is very strict. And Mr. Bishop, as you know, he is charged with offenses against public morality.
Yes.
Well, in such cases, you know, it is usual for a woman to be involved.
Come in. Hello, Alf. Did you forget something?
No, I came back because of, well, I was a bit worried about something.
About me?
Yes.
You afraid I've done the wrong thing, sending that letter?
You did send it then?
Yes, Alf, I've sent it.
I see.
Don't worry. Wasn't the sort of letter you think.
What, you mean you didn't?
No. I didn't tell Gordon what I thought about his fiancée.
Well, what changed your mind?
2 things. I thought about what you'd said, and I realised that if I did set my face against Jennifer, then I might just lose Gordon altogether. I suppose he'd have to back her up.
You're right.
And then I thought some more. I began to ask myself, whether she might not be good for Gordon after all.
Oh, come, you've changed your mind. Well, this morning you...
Yeah, I know what I said. But, I've been looking back over my own marriage. There's something I've always known, but, well, I've never really faced up to.
What was that?
If I'd been a bit more like Jennifer, if I'd had some of her drive and ambition, then Les and I might not have finished up the way we did.
I see.
Oh, Gordon's got ability, all right, but there's a lot of Les in him as well. I've always known that. Sometimes he dithers. He doesn't know his own mind. Well, look at the way he jilted poor Lucille, almost left her at the altar. Well, that sort of uncertainty could be the ruination of him.
But not with somebody like Jennifer behind her.
No.
Ruthless was what you called her, you know.
Yeah, she seems ruthless. But then young people sometimes do. She's got time to mature. One thing I'm sure of. If Gordon's going to make a mistake, he's got to make it in his own way. I can't run his life for him. I'd be a fool to try.
The truth will find you.
Oops, sorry, Alan.
Hey, hang on, that's his new suit.
And he didn't know it was going to a christening.
Where you off then?
End of the Golden Lotus.
What, that Chinese chippy?
No, that's the Purple Lotus. This is a proper place with chopsticks and serviettes.
Sweet and sour
A
chips.
proper sit-down do.
Get off, what are you celebrating?
You wouldn't believe us if we told you.
Well, Lucille, and how did you get on?
All right, Auntie Annie?
And when can we expect the gentleman from the ministry?
He won't be coming.
He won't.
No, I didn't go to the Social Security.
I see. And what have you been doing?
I've got a job.
It's all right.
Hello, Elsie.
Hello, Marion.
Hello, would you like a drink?
No, thanks. My friend's just ordering me one.
Oh.
I've just heard.
Yeah, I thought you would have done.
Final, is it?
Yes, absolutely definite. They've got Doris Thorpe from Leicester.
That's what I heard. Whatever made you turn it down?
Well, shall I say I thought that the gin wouldn't agree with me in Solihull.
Oh, you are a clot.
Yes, well, I could say that you were an interfering, loudmouth busybody, but who wants to spoil a nice night?
What's Mr. Marcus going to say?
Why should he say anything?
What? After recommending you? You did know it was Mr. Marcus, didn't you?
No, actually, I thought it was Dennis Maxwell.
Oh, he's not even interested. He's sailing for Australia next month. Bill Jameson is taking over in Solihull.
Like a drink, dear?
Yes, I think I would.
Well, what's the joke?
Oh, you'll never guess.
It's a very long story.
Yeah.
That was the Spanish consul on the phone.
Oh, what did he have to say?
Very little. Apparently she's still over there and not making any plans to leave.
Can you blame her?
What?
Well, it's not exactly like visiting your fella in strange ways, is it? You don't get much of a tan line in the middle of Berry New Road.
Hey, that's a point. Straight out of the visiting room and onto the beach. She's got it made.
Right.
Really, Lucille, haven't you got any thoughts for Emily?
Plenty. They're all dead jealous.
For Mrs. Barlow.
Oh, right. Thanks, I'll give them to her. Oh, hang on a minute. There you are.
you. Good night.
Thanks. Night. Well, from the look of these, I'd say he wasn't short of a bob or two.
Oh, no, he throws them on his own allotment.
You don't give much away, do you?
I'm sorry, Maggie. Would you like one for your put-nose?
You know very well what I mean. Who is he, for Pete's sake?
Uh-huh.
Oh, all right. Go on, I'll suffer.
Oh, it's all in a good cause, Maggie, honest.
Oh, I've decided to take your advice, by the way. I'm going to the pictures tomorrow night, after all. Bit of a laugh wouldn't come amiss right now.
Oh, that's great, kid. Go on, you can tell us about it after.
Is he coming round tomorrow?
Well, he is now. You've just decided him.
You make it sound as though he's scared of meeting me.
Well, it's not just you, Maggie. It's everybody.
Everybody?
I know it sounds daft like, but he don't want nobody to know, like, about me and him, not just yet. Honestly, for the time being, it's just got to remain a great big secret.